Hi friends, welcome to the channel Learning R is Fun. In our last video, we have seen some basic aspects of R graphics system. Basically, there are three systems. One is base R graphics, another one is lattice, third one is grid, but we have been concentrating on the base R graphics. We have seen in base R graphics, high level and low level functions are there, and different types of arguments can be given. And we can build a chart using high level function. Thereafter, we can use a low level function and add something more to it. And we have also seen how the chart can be customized. And we have taken an example of bar chart and we have built the bar chart step by step. And then we have also seen how to use colors using primitives, that is RGB function, or we can use colors function and then give an index, or another way is using palettes. There we have seen two types of systems, one is HSV, another is HCL systems. And then we have seen some examples, and we have also seen a palette is a collection of colors. A palette is given a name and you can use this name and then use the set of colors which are already defined for us, help us in the charts. Now in today's session we will see some more high level functions and how to use packages. Viridis is one such package which is used in Matplotlib library of Python language in a big way, and two gentlemen, Stephen van der Walt and Nathaniel Smith, they have created it and it has been corrected further to suit for color blindness, etc. And now that is the default library in Python Matplotlib library. Same thing is available in R also. So we can load the Viridis here, library Viridis. Now in the last session we have defined the three vectors X, Y, Z, which are sales in milk, cheese and other products for the company. We'll use the same vector and we'll draw a bar plot with the X and color from Viridis package. Now Viridis is getting loaded. Once we got this Viridis loaded, we can also ask in the help section. Typing Viridis, we can find out what is it all about. Or we can go to the packages here and then select the Viridis HTML help, and there also we can see what is Viridis is all about. Viridis has been loaded. As I have told, here in help we can type Viridis. Here we have got an introduction to Viridis color palette HTML. You can click this and we'll be able to see complete details of this package. How to install it, how to load it into memory, and some examples have also been given. And we can see like this, what are the color scales available in Viridis and how to select the colors. And then some general introduction about the color scales available. There are 5 scales available. One is Viridis, Magma, Plasma, Inferno, Cividis. And they have given other features of the comparison with other rainbow colors, heat colors, and how the Viridis is superior to them. Okay, now we'll go back to our editor. We'll see what colors are available in the palette presently. These are the colors available in the current palette. We can load one more package which is R color viewer. This R color viewer has got a set of palettes already defined, and to see them we have to use this function display.viewer.all. Now we have got this palettes listed here. Of course, if you zoom we can see better. Control Shift and 6. We can see them better now. Now if you look at this set of colors, these are gradually increasing. So naturally these are meant for ordered data. Ascending or descending order, we can use the colors. And here there is no such order, the colors are distinctly different. So this can be used for categorical cases. And here we find in the starting as well as in the finishing stage, their colors are prominent. in the middle they are not that much. So you want to observe the extremes of some data, you can use these palettes. Okay, now we'll go back to our editor. Now we can use this R color brewer and make one bar plot. So let me just expand this. Bar plot X in color is from brewer.pal. I have chosen 6 colors and I have chosen the name accent. So you can see here accent is here. So distinct colors. From this we have chosen this. So we have got the what is called a bar plot in R color brewer chosen colors. Now we will see some important high level commands. Out of that, plot is the supreme command with lot of sub commands. So we will ask what are the various functions plot function will in turn call, because plot is a generic function like print was a generic function, can call based on the object passed to it. Plot also does lot of plotting based on the object passed to it. So we see about you can say 36 plots are available here, and each is having its own requirements of arguments, and you can also ask question mark plot density like this to get some indication of what is this plot all about, or it will tell us how to use this plot. Plot method for kernel density estimation. We may have occasion to see this kind of plots later. Now we'll move on. I am using a parameter function and I am defining a matrix of 2 rows and 4 columns. That means 8 plots will be coming up. Okay. Now this I am making to tell you how various types can be used in the plots. Now we are plotting on a single variable, that is x, and by default it will be points. So first let us issue this command. So parameter function has been issued and m of row is set to 2 by 4. Let us have plots here. Now we'll start plotting. The first plot is just points, and now next one is lines, next one is both, next one is that is the previous one without the circles or without the points. Okay, then height, it's like a histogram like. Then we have got steps, and we have got staircase kind of step here and normal steps here. See, basically all these are going to tell you, depending on situation you can use any of this by simply changing the type parameter. Let us reset the m of row. Now I want to tell you, in the environment, global environment, you can just click here to see various packages. Now here I will choose the graphics package. Now graphics package is going to tell you various values available there as well as functions available. Now if you look at these functions, you have various types of high level functions like bar plot, box plot, conditional plot, contour plot, histograms, mosaic plots, pie charts, and in plot itself we have got varieties. Got spine plot, strip chart, sunflower plot, etc. So here you got various kinds of plots which all these functions are available in the graphics package, and that environment once you have chosen, you are able to witness them. Okay, now we'll go back to graphic devices package. Here you can adjust the colors. You have got various devices for printing in PDF, etc. So for that the values are all shown. Here also you can see various functions. We have got PNG and heat colors, and we have seen HCL pulse also. So this kind of functions are, color to RGB also is available, CM colors are available. These functions are from the graphics devices package. So let's set the global environment back. We'll come to plot mosaic plot, for which we'll use Titanic dataset. Titanic dataset is available in by way of arrays. So we can type Titanic in the console. In Titanic, we have got for first class, second class, third class and crew in male and female, what is the survived people. Now this complex data we can draw using a mosaic plot. So mosaic plot is the function, Titanic is the data, color I have set with Brewer Pal, 4 colors I have chosen, and I have given a title using main argument. So let us expand this. Now we will issue this command once again. Here we have got it. We will just expand it. Control Shift 6. And now you can see for first class the data is here for child and adult. Again for female and male. If you see, most of the female travelled in first class, they have survived. And in case of male, some percentage of male have survived. All children have almost survived. The case of second class, again women survived more and men could not survive much. In the case of third class, we can see again almost all men have perished, and here some 50% of the women have survived. In the case of crew, there were no children, only adults are there. In adults, you can see here the survival is like this. The very bad survival, all crew members have sacrificed themselves. So this kind of data can be nicely plotted in mosaic plot. Complex data, but it should be in the form of array. So we'll go back to the editor. Now we'll draw one box plot for empty cars, miles per gallon, and we'll just see. Again the issue is this because of this only. So we'll issue the command again. Got the box plot nicely drawn, and we can customize the box plot also. MPG and cylinder, and for this we have got, in case of MPG and cylinder, when comparison is there, so we have got 3 box plots, and we have issued the color here, and we have also given the title, and y-axis, x-axis details we have given, and interpretation of this we can make an attempt, like here do around 23 to 30, 32 we can say. That is the maximum range, or we can say interquartile data, and this side, that is, there are more cases of more than 32 and less cases of less than 22 or so. And similarly the distribution here is around, median is around 20. For 6 cylinders you have got this MPG. For 4 cylinders you have got this kind of MPG, and for 8 cylinders you have got MPG between say 12 to here about 18. So the MPG in this case is less, and there is one outlier which is giving very less MPG when having 8 cylinders. So box plot is one method of visualizing the entire data set, and here I have drawn for iris data set. In iris data set we have got sepal length, sepal width, petal length and petal width. 4 vectors, basically 4 columns, and the data is charted here using, I have used the set 1 colors here. Now we can see some histograms. Histograms are just like bar plots, but they have to be interpreted differently. We will use iris sepal length and then color as turquoise, and we can see the histogram drawn like this with the frequency of iris sepal length between 4 to 4.5, almost only this many, whereas between 4.5 to 5 they are like this. So only in the range of 6 to 6.5 they are maximum. Even 30 such observations are there. And these breaks, what we are seeing here, the breaks we can adjust. Here the breaks are coming up at 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5 like that. The breaks can be adjusted like this. I am setting minimum iris sepal length 5, 6, 7 and maximum iris sepal length. These are my breaks in the next example. So what happens is the breaks are shown at the minimum 5, 6, 7 and then another maximum. Maximum is just less than 8. So we are getting it. The color also I have set. In the case of histograms, it is not only the height, we have to see the area in each cell to interpret the data. More the area, the more number of points or observations are there in that particular cell. Okay, now we can see a pie chart, simple pie chart using pie and table of empty cars cylinder. We have to give a table to pie chart. So got this. Here for 4 cylinder, this is the block, 6 cylinder and 8 cylinder. Now this line can be kept either this way or it can be kept this way using some argument changes inside, clockwise true, clockwise false, etc. And like this, there are very high level plots which will be used depending on the required occasion. We can see some of these charts using this browse, this particular R graph gallery, which I have already opened so that it's readily available. See, you can see a stacked area chart here. These are basically small multiple charts, individual charts. Using polygons, we can make this kind of charts in base R. Bar plots we have seen. We can have horizontal bar charts also. And there are so many different types which are given in the example here. These are error bars basically. The top one which you see like I. And we can customize. We can give the details at the end of the bar, etc. And this we have seen already. And these are basic bar plots, box plots basically. Here we have got violin plots. Violin plots are better than box plots. This you may have occasion to see them. And in these box plots, so you can see the notches are also there, which signifies something. And we can see almost unbelievable variety of charts are there. All these charts can be drawn using R or using ggplot2. So ggplot2 is going to be our next topic. So after learning ggplot2, you can come to this gallery, choose any one of this. There are going to be examples. You have to just see how the examples are done, and accordingly you can also have art forms like this, R snail. There is also random shapes. This is generative art. These are heat maps. Different types of heat maps you have got here. Contour plots. Almost endless type, you can say. Yeah. Finally, word art. I'll go back to our studio. So you can go to this site and then see the graphs. And most of these graphs are very simple to draw. Only the concept to understand that graph should be available in our head. The actual execution portion is very simple. How to interpret the particular chart is what one has to learn mostly. So we have covered the colors as well as high level and low level functions in our graph system, and we have set the stage for learning better and more useful charts using ggplot2, and we will be using dplyr commands. So we will take data, filter the data as per our requirements and visualize them using ggplot2. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.